What's up out there? Welcome back to Melvor Idle Hardcore. We are on Gen 2, episode 44. Now, in the last video, I think I had just unlocked the Unhallowed Wasteland, started on this grind here, and I think the first thing I clicked on was the liches. I don't think I just looked, and I don't have any of the other bits, components, or anything for any of this. I don't have any of these weapons, or I shouldn't say weapons, gauntlets, or, rings. I don't have any of those yet. So the only thing I've really gotten out of the Unhallowed Wasteland is these things from the liches, and that I just about have that grind done. The only problem is I'm going to have to go get some rings. I've got enough of the gauntlets for this, for the Burning Madness stuff, you know, whatever you get from the liches, but I don't have enough of the rings. So we're going to have to go get some more rings at some point. Looks like I need 7 of them. So that's going to be some grind, but I'm not thinking about that direction just yet. I think what I want to do is finish off these, get at least the full, I need 500 of these, the Burning Essence, and I need 100 of the Cursed Hands. So I think I want to do that. I want to get this upgrade done, get this gauntlet upgraded. Let's see, I have plenty. So I'll be able to sell a few of those and open up a slot, I think, or basically change this into that, you know what I mean? Let's see, I do have the god weapons because I got the shockwave, and let's see here, I have the Tidal Edge and Ocean Song. So I've got the weapons out of Dark Waters. The only thing I don't have is anything from Unhallowed Wasteland. So here's what I was thinking. I started doing fire making. And the reason I started doing fire making is because it is a very difficult skill. I shouldn't say difficult. It is very time consuming, and it just takes forever to get done. So I started doing this in my offline time because it's something that I can do. I don't really need any of the other stuff. Like I don't need any of plenty of healing. I've got plenty of runes and bolts and everything else. I've got pretty much everything I need. So I thought, well, I'll do this in the offline. Well, as I was laying there this morning thinking about it, and it's been a while since I've been up in the morning. We got puppies and they are just brutal to deal with. So it's been tough getting up and making the videos early. So I've had to make them late, but I digress. So I was thinking about it. My standard account is sitting at like 99.89 something. It's very close to being totally complete. Like I have the event to do. I think I have Greater Skeleton Dragons to finish off. I did half that grind and then quit. All the entire rest of the game is done. Aside from finishing off the Greater Skeleton Dragon grind and doing the event itself. And then I have like 5 or 6 potions in Herblore to finish up. And then all of the mastery is done. And that's what I'm working on right now with my standard account, is the mastery portion of it. And then I'm going to come back and finish off the combat. On the other side of hardcore is the adventure account, which is just plowing headfirst into the event. That's pretty much the next stop for that account. Grinding out the last bits, we'll gear up for it and then go into the event. Not sure which one's going to get there first, whether I want my standard account or my adventure account to get there first, but I have a feeling my adventure account's probably going to get there sooner, but we'll see. So I have 2 accounts that are pretty much in the end game or about ready to be totally completed. And I was trying to figure out where hardcore was going to fit. Like I can barrel forward into all of the event and clearing out the Unhallowed Wasteland and all that stuff. We can certainly do all that. That's no big deal. But there's really nothing there that's going to kill this character aside from my own stupidity. Like if I have the wrong class equipped when I go in to attack something, or don't put enough damage reduction on, or you know what I mean? Like that's what's going to kill me. The Into the Mist was probably the worst thing that hardcore has to go through. You can do the event, and the event you can actually die in and not like die. Like it's death friendly, hardcore friendly, I guess. So it kind of leaves me in a weird spot because I've got hardcore and I don't really have like a goal. Into the Mist was like a huge goal for this account. We've done that. We've done all the god dungeons. We've done Into the Mist. Everything is done. So what would be something that's challenging for this account to do at this point? I mean, sure, we can clear out all the greater skeletal dragons and all that kind of thing, do the event and everything. But I think there's something that's a little more, I don't want to say important, but I think there's something that's a little more beneficial with this account. And that would be, and challenging too. The combat portion, like I said, we're kind of done with. But where this account sits right now, we've beaten Into the Mist. We've beaten all the god dungeons. So all of these, like the Art of Control, when you beat each god dungeon, there's 4 different things you can buy that speed up various things. Like there's one for woodcutting, Master of Nature. Let's see, there's not one for fishing. Firemaking gets the Art of Control. Cooking gets the Art of Control. Mining gets Master of Nature. Like there's all these different ones that speed these up. Fletching has this one. So we're in a really good spot right now because we've got this passive spot. We've got all 4 of these unlocked. When I started my standard account, we did not have agility, summoning, or astrology. So we've got all 3 of those skills. Everything's at 99. We have basically everything we need at this point to start looking at mastery. Now, I know I've talked about this account. I've waffled around on this account being a completion account. Originally, it was going to be completion because of Steam achievements that wanted certain things. We've accomplished that. That was beating the Fire God dungeon was the last achievement. So I only have 3 Steam achievements left, which is pet completion, all items, and the mastery. And my standard account's headed for that. That's why I'm finishing off the Herblore mastery right now, because that's going to be the mastery one. I figured that's the longest grind, so I wanted that out of the way on that account. And then I'm set to go into the event and finish up getting whatever pets and items and stuff there. So those last 3 trophy or achievements are pretty well done. They're not in the bag yet, but they're pretty well done. Standard counts rocking along pretty well. But what I learned doing that, like my standard account, I kind of just barreled through it, skill after skill after skill after skill, and I kind of didn't really focus on anything. I learned a lot on how to do that, and I think that's where the challenge is going to be on this account, because you're limited by space. You don't get as much bank space, and weaving the skills in and out and trying to figure out, I don't want to say an optimum path. Nothing I do is ever optimal. I do things as well as I can. Like I don't sit down and have some calculator or Excel sheet try to figure out what the best path forward is or what's the most optimal, speedy, fastest thing. I try to do that myself. That's kind of what I take away from playing this. And that's when I woke up this morning. I was like, you know what? That's probably the way I want to handle this. That is a challenge because you're trying to figure out the puzzle of getting the masteries done against the bank slots you have and stuff like that. And a lot of this I can do offline. Like I'm having some weird issues with my laptop, so it's getting off and on whether it works during the day. Let's just say that it just shuts off every once in a while, and I don't know. So I either need to replace it. I don't really want to do offline combat with this account. I know I probably should, but I don't want to. So basically that's what I'm kind of driving at. We're at 90% completion. That's a lot. I mean, basically, your pets, I don't know, some of these pets are pretty easy to get. You just let this run for a while until you get the pet. So that's not a big deal. The monster thing, we're pretty well done. I just need to complete some of these, and then of course the event, and then that's done. And this is basically what I'm waiting on my standard account, is this impending darkness one and these 2 monsters. And then item wise, there's a ton of items we're missing. But like, I don't remember. There's a couple of things down here for the greater, well, There's a few things down here that I'm missing for my standard account. But for the most part, the mastery, well, the item thing, there's a lot of items missing, but we'll fill those in. But this mastery stuff, a lot of these masteries are done. There's not a whole lot left. And some of these take a long time to grind out. So that's kind of what I want to do with this account, is just kind of figure out what a good path forward is and try to show that. I want to do a mastery video at some point, like some tips and tricks on mastery. There's not a whole lot. I mean, a lot of it's pretty straightforward. You just click go, but for the most part, it's straightforward. But there are some things like, retooling your agility. Like if I wasn't working on combat right now, I would set this one to get this wood cutting interval. So little things like that. And I want to have, if you're doing combat with hardcore, if you're doing combat, you don't really want to mess with your agility all that much, in my opinion. You want to leave the agility alone. But if you're, and I'm kind of just taking up what I can with these non-combat skills, but I could change all these to, like where's it at? Global Mastery. I could get this one, set this to Global Mastery, and we could be working on all of these things faster. You know what I mean? So retooling all of this to be non-combat is going to be one of the key things going forward, because it's going to speed everything up by giving more mastery XP. And that's why I started with this skill in particular right here, because every one of these that you complete at 99, so I've got 4 of these done now. Every time you get one of these done at 99, you get 0.25 global mastery XP. So that makes everything go faster. That's why fire making is the one to do first. So in keeping with that, I would probably come over here and make sure that controlled heat is now at 99. I need to get mahogany logs. So I need to probably cut some of those up, finish this off at 99. That gets this potion at 99. That gets, I should probably work on, let's see here. Nope, I don't want synergies. I should probably work on, the scroll button would work. The Devil Familiar. This one is 99, so I don't have to worry about that. We've already taken care of that. I think that was when I had all the rubies and stuff. So this one's done. But again, potion, I could finish this off. That's 99. And then just start knocking these things out and maybe go skill by skill. Because like wood cutting, gonna need some potato seeds, but I need bank space. So I need to figure out how to weave things around. Like I would probably burn this stuff off. Probably working on rune crafting just to get rid of these. You know what I mean? Like figuring out how to move this puzzle pieces around to get completion in a limited space. And this may also mean just running out and getting bank slot tokens from the god dungeons. Maybe do that for a little bit too. I don't know. So I think what I want to do, not to belabor this any longer, gone on far longer than I thought, but that's going to be the goal going forward with hardcore. I want to finish up my grind that I've got going with these liches. I'll finish that up probably today, maybe tomorrow. Maybe let this run all day and see if I can get these cursed hands, but that's a lot to get. These are few and far between. Burning essence, no big deal, but these things are very hard to get. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to draw up more of I don't want to say a plan, but I want to draw up more of an idea on, the next few weeks or whatever. It's going to be fire making, the potions. And the reason I'm running these potions right here, these controlled heats, if I have everything here, the mole tablet and the devil tablet, that gives me this synergy that lets me get a diamond, which is actually pretty nice because I've got a ton of diamonds. So I can also turn these diamonds into, say, diamond luck potions. We can also come over here if I have any left over from that and maybe do, fletching, gem tip bolts. We can do diamonds over here. Like there's different things we can do. Get this mastery done. You know what I mean? So, I think that's how I want to push this account, is towards completion, and show all how I would do that today, because I think there's some benefit there. I think this account's more beneficial in showing the mastery portion than it is the combat portion. Like I said, we've already tackled all the hardest content, I mean, aside from the event and finishing out the Unhallowed Wasteland, but we're pretty much there. And we now have the ability to do all of these other things for the non-combat skills and get all this mastery stuff done. For one, I'm kind of curious how fast I can do it. And for two, I think it's good for demonstrations. So I think that's going to be the future of hardcore once we get going on that course. So a little bit longer video than I anticipated, but it's better than the, hey, I'm working on fire making and killing liches video, which is what it was going to be. So that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.